The social gatherings are still off limits, Gravier. I tell you, this is something that is really affecting a lot of businesses here. Basically, any business in Georgia, any corporation, any company that wants to reopen, as long as they can follow a long list of social distancing and sanitary guidelines, they are welcome to open if they wish. We're in Virginia Highland, which I tell you is usually a vibrant part of town. Although lately, of course, the business district has really been dead. We're going to be watching to see if lifting the stay-at-home order for most people starts to bring this neighborhood and others back to life. Governor Brian Kemp explained his decision in a one-on-one interview with our reporter Haley Mason. He said with COVID-19 testing now widely available, plus increased hospital bed capacity, it was time to get Georgia's economy moving again. His new executive order, which is in effect until at least May 13th, allows most companies and businesses to reopen as long as they follow those new health and safety guidelines. He's not yet allowing for the reopening of bars, nightclubs, live performance venues, and public pools. And he also extended the shelter-at-home order for the elderly and for the medically fragile until June 12th. Still, it's really not back to normal for the rest of us. Here's what the governor said about social distancing.
Even though we're lifting the general shelter in place, we need people to continue to follow what is in the order, and that is strict social distancing, no large gatherings. So those things are still in place. We're asking people to stay at home if you don't have to go out, but you certainly can. And when you do, you just need to be smart about wearing a mask if you're going to a public place.
Yeah, he said he trusts that Georgians now know how to take responsibility for their own health and safety. So what do business owners think about all this? I'm going to touch on that part of the story coming up in our next half hour. Let's go now to Daniel Wilkerson. He is live in Buckhead. Daniel, we've got a number of malls opening today, right?
You know what? That's what we thought, Rebecca. But as you know, with COVID-19, things change by the minute. I just received news right before I went on air here that Simon Malls has decided not to open today, but to reopen Monday. That's quite different from what we had learned. We thought that they were opening today, but again, the news at this hour, Simon Malls, the owner of Lenox Mall and so many of the malls that you know here in Metro Atlanta, they've decided to open their doors not today, but Monday. Let's go ahead and show you, though, some new protocol that they will be looking at. That if you come to these malls, you will see if you come to these malls like Lenox Mall. First of all, the memo says that the mall will offer free temperature checks Monday. Also, to make sure that employees and shoppers keep their distances, management is putting tape over every other sink and urinal in restrooms. Also, they will be putting decals on floors to help direct traffic to make sure everyone maintains that social distancing. And they will limit the food court seating, so you won't have people right next to you. Everyone will be spread out in the food court. And lastly, they will keep play areas and drinking fountains closed. As we bring you back out here live, we want to stress again, Simon Malls, the owner of Lenox Mall, they've decided not to open today, but they will keep their doors closed until Monday. We're live in Buckhead this morning. Daniel Wilkerson, CBS.